Stream should be started by now. Let's discuss one by one. Even numbers hate. You given an array, we construct a new array, which is the prefix sum. So she hates even numbers, he likes odd numbers. And thus, he wants to make sure there are as many numbers as possible in the prefix sum array. He is allowed to play with the array and rearrange it arbitrarily. Find the maximum number of odd numbers in the prefix sum array. If P is if P of FP if Sushil rearranges A optimally. So is it just Viraj, is it just having odd number in the first? बाकी सब फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
कौन सा क्वेश्चन? even number
A
8.
में
Excellent question. Even
same.
numbers 8 मतलब हाँ, we need to find the number of odd numbers and number of even numbers, count of that. So if all are even numbers in the array, uh, there cannot be no odd number in the prefix sum array. There has to be at least one odd number.
Mhm.
Uh, so if we have one odd number and we add another odd number, it will become even. But even does not change the parity. If we add any number of evens, it does not change the
It won't.
parity.
Yeah.
So number of answer will be number of even plus one odd. And if there are extra odd numbers, it will be divided by two. Means for every two odd numbers we add, we get a even sum. That's why.
Okay.
Means for example, wait,
I'll wait. I'll start.
कर रहा है, ठीक है.
So now what you're saying is, let's say,
Stream नहीं कर रहा है guys.
oh, it's not streaming on Discord. My bad. Working now? Hello. Huh. So now let's say this is my array. Okay. Wait. Keep 3 keep it. Let's say this is my array. My prefix sum will become 2, 5, 6, 8, 12, and 15. Prefix sum is basically of this term, it is the entire sum up till this point. For this term, it's the entire sum up till this point. So what we can do is 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, and 12 plus 3 is 15. Good. So now we need more odds in the prefix sum. How many odds are there currently? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. I'll just write commas here. 1 and 2. There are only two odd numbers here currently. Huh. So we need to rearrange it to make it maximum. Okay. How will I rearrange it? Firstly, if my first number is odd, I'll get the first number as odd. Fair? Yes, no? Hello.
Guys, please respond.
Mic पे chart पे डाल दो.
हाँ हाँ
हाँ. So now if my first number is odd, it will be odd. So it's better ना कि first number odd ही डाल. Like first number should be odd, so that I get one odd number directly. Okay. Now if I add an odd number here, what will happen? The prefix sum will become even because odd plus odd equals even. Correct? Yes, no? So I can't place an odd here. So I'll have to place I'll have to place an even number here. Let's say I place 2 here. What will my prefix sum be? 3, 5. This is odd, this is odd. Cool. Now once again the same thing. This is odd. If I add an odd, it will become even. So it's better to add an even, correct? So I'll place a 2 here. This will become 7 and this is also odd. Now 4 also same thing. I'll add a 4 here. This will become 11, which is also odd. Now I don't have any even numbers left. Like I've taken this, I've taken this, I've taken this, I've taken this. Now I'm only left with odds. So I just add all the odds at the end, 1 and 3. So prefix sum I just make. This is not odd, but this is odd. And my count is just that. If you want a math solution, there is, but there is also a very brute force way. I'll just wait, code it up for you. No, wait. No. Here I'll just print the odds and evens also, so it's easier for you to understand. I don't know. Here's the odds and evens. No, rearrange. Okay. First, I'll put the odd number first, so rearrange the push by odds of 0. Okay. Now I'll push back all the even numbers. So now I'll push back all the remaining odd numbers. Odds of I. Yeah. Now I'll just make prefix, prefix of 0 to 0, and then plus rearrange with I. And now if prefix of I and so plus plus. And prefix of 0. And if you want, basically thought processes, whatever I explained here in the, I'm literally assigning the elements. That's all I'm doing. Wait, I'll just run. What is happening? Push back, push back, push back. This is 0. What is this? What is this? I'm coding in them fast, so I don't know what. To- Is it here? Ah, fair. This is my mistake. Yeah, cool. So what I'm doing is simply, if you want to see the code, I'll zoom in. Stop code here. Yes. So firstly, I'm taking odds and evens out of the array, and I'm making the rearranged array, जो इधर दिया है. And yeah, firstly I'll push back the first odd number if it's there. Then I'll push all the evens. Then I'll push all the other odds. Simple. Then I make a prefix array and get the count. Any doubts? So this is how you basically code up implement karna. If you want a math solution, is basically you first have odd first odd plus number of evens plus these odds by 2. So what Viraj had done is 1 plus evens plus odd minus 1 by 2, and this is floor. That's it. This is direct formula. You don't need to make a prefix array, but for you to understand, for anyone to implement, this is way more easier. Cool. Any doubts? No. So let's move on to partition score. Partition score mein you're given an array which is, and you want to make two sets S1, S2. Both have to be of size greater than equal to k, and your score is basically minimum of S1 plus max of S1 plus minimum of S2 plus max of S2. So whatever, let's say you've given an array this 3125. Okay. Let's say k is 2. So what will you do? Like, what is the optimal way? Some might say. Is it this? Like, how many groups can I make basically? Two size, so I'll have to make two. So I can make 3, 1 and 2, 5, or I can make 1, 2 and 3, 5, or I can make 2, 5 and 1, 3, or I can make 1, 5 and 2, 3. Okay. So what is better? Firstly, my minimum will be always minimum, my maximum will be always maximum. If you see the observation, minimum of S1 and minimum of S2. Minimum element will be there in S1 or S2, so I'm adding the minimum at least there, correct? And maximum will be either in S1 or S2, so maximum will always be there. Fair enough? Yes, no? What? Hmm. So minimum will always be there, maximum will always be there. And just for our sake, let's just sort this array, right? 1, 2, 3, 5. It's easier to see, na? If I split it like this will be my minimum, this will be my maximum, this will be my minimum, this will be my maximum. It's just easier for me to see. Cool. Now let's do this, na? If I split here, what is my sum? 3 plus 8. Or wait, let's put a 4 here also. So this is like direct split. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now let's say I want to make it k equals to. Firstly, why will I make this like S1 will be of size 3, the S2 will be of size, let's say I'll make this as S1 and this was S2. Okay. One will be of size 3, one will be of size 2, but both of them are greater than or equal to 2. Fair enough. Now, if I take these values, what is my answer? It is 4 and in dono ka sum is 9. Total sum is 13. Okay. Now, can I do something better? Like, not really, because if I swap these two out, what will be my maximum? Maximum here will be 5, my minimum here will be 3. So 3 plus 4 and 5 plus 3. So basically what is happening is, whatever I do, wherever I split, let's say, this split is always better for me. Why? कि let's say कोई भी number है इधर, in this sorted order, whatever numbers I have, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's say still it is 2. I'll try to make my S2 the maximum possible array. So it is maximum possible is basically 2 size, whatever size it is, and take the 2 maximum numbers. Fair enough. Whatever this is, I don't care, because iska sum is 1 plus 1. I just care about this sum. Fair enough. Yes, no. Hello. So, partition. My code is a bit complex, but pretty easy it is. Just sort. Practice. Array, my bad. This is not 1 and minus 2. Array minus 1 because offset. Okay. What am I doing now?
n equals to k equals to 1 का अलग होगा ना?
अरे हाँ,
हाँ,
के
और उसमें भी n इक्वल टू 2 का अलग होगा।
नहीं, मेरा ही फाउंडेशन है।
पुराना ही दिखाना।
हाँ, तो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज, हाँ, अब पहले तो मिनिमम मैक्सिमम ले लेता हूँ. नाउ इफ माई के इज 1, that means I'll take my maximum once again. Correct? My maximum once again, and my minimum will be n minus k. Fair enough. N minus 2, basically. This is the case 2006. Now, if my k is 1, my array will be this only. No, minimum will be maximum here. So I'll have to add. Wait, I'll have to add n minus 1 again. So I've added n minus 1 and 0. I add n minus 1 again, and my second maximum is n minus 2. Now, if k is not equal to 1, I simply take n minus 2 and n minus 1 minus k. Why? Let's just see. Let's say k is 3. Let's say k is 5. Okay? And k is 3 only. Here, if I take this, so what will be my sum? 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 plus 7 is 13. And this is 18. Okay. Can I do something better? And the answer is no, I can't. Okay. I am just exhausted after coffee with coolers. Don't mind me. Uh, yeah, this is it. I am. Fair. So what I'm doing is, yeah, this is like 13, correct? 18. What I can do is, I can swap these numbers out. So here I can put 7. Here I can put 4. Why am I doing this? It is very important, because my this sum will be 8. Okay. My this sum will be now 4 plus 6. This is like a bad example. Let's do, हाँ, ये करते हैं 1 2 2 2. Now if I just split like this 3 के लिए, my answer will turn out to be 3 and 13, which is 60. But I can do better. Basically, I can swap 2 and 7 out. So what happens is, इधर 2 आ गया, and my sum becomes 8 plus 7, which is 14. First I was getting 13, now I'm getting 14. And this is the optimal way because I am taking the two maximum in my count and my minimum is always there. I'm trying to minimize this. So this is basically that. Does it make sense? Wait. Huh. So what all I need is what sums am I taking care of? 1, 7, 2. So I'm taking this number, I'm taking this number, I'm taking this number. Now I also have to take n minus k, this number too, right? So if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, n equals 7. 3 is what? N minus 7 minus 3 minus 1, correct? Which is n minus k minus 1. I just need to find out this number, that's it. So that is my solution. Firstly, I'll take first and last number. If my k is 1, my last number gets added again, and my second last number is my second max. All the other cases, I'll take my second last number always, but this is my magic thingy. I'm doing n minus k minus 1. That's it. Fair enough? Yes, no, any doubts?
So basically, in the second set, we
Huh,
have to take the length to be मतलब minimum k.
huh.
So
Second set
like,
minimum k lenge because I want that to be the maximum possible thing.
hmm,
Okay.
okay.
Huh.
So and then the maximum element and the second maximum element will be in each of the sets. Like, अगर
Will
max
always be in
S2
my
में है
answer.
तो okay.
Yeah, because what I'm doing is
Okay.
first and last value I'm taking in the first set. Okay. This is my S1. I take minimum and I'm taking maximum. Now I need to waste numbers, right? I want to use all the numbers I can which don't matter to me in this set, right?
Yeah.
Huh. So how many numbers I waste is basically the numbers I'm not using because baki sab I'll use in the S2, right? I'm using these many
हाँ
numbers in S2. These many numbers I'm wasting. So what
हाँ
am I using? S2 my maximum will be my n minus 2, correct? My
yeah.
second max. I just have to find this number. And this
Hmm.
number is n minus k minus 1. That's it.
Oh yeah, right.
Yep. So that's the logic for partition score. And yeah, wait. In division A, for some reason, count triplets was not there. So I haven't solved this, but Viraj has. So Viraj, can you just stream? You're muted by the way.
Hello, hello, hello.
Huh.
In count triplets, we need to find ijk's such that means modulus difference of a of I minus a of k is equal to this equation. So first of all, ijk are not distinct. So if we take ijk all as same, so it will satisfy for all n 1 to n, for all I 1 to n. Are you getting it? Because a of I minus a of I will be 0 and I minus I will also be 0 and I minus I also will be 0. Means j and k are equal to I. Did you
So
get
just
that?
explain it. Take example.
Uh, hmm, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 8.
Damn.
So if I
Crazy
my
thing.
I, J, K, अच्छा, IJK all are index. This is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If IJK all are equal to 0, so my modulus difference will also be 0 because A of I is 1 and A of K also is 1.
Just write it down. No, I equals 0, j equals 0, k equals 0. A of I equals 1, A of j equals 1. A of k equals 1. Huh. Now, when you put it in the formula,
Hmm. So you get 0 and RH is also RHS is also 0 because 0 minus 0 का difference is 0 and again 0 minus 0 is 0. समझा?
yes, no, हाँ बोलो.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get n triplets that way. See, and the constraints are n is 2 into 10 raised to 5 and a of I is still 100. So you could also think that you could traverse the array two times, means I is from 0 to n minus 1 and j is also from 1 to n. Means I is from 0 to and j is from 1 to n. But TL ही देगा because n square चले जाता है complexity और n 2 into 10 raised to 5 है तो time limit exceeded देगा. So then we
Basically,
can
your
see
code
if
should have less than 10 raised to 8 time.
uh,
And if you
10 raised
have
to
two
8
for
time.
loop of 10 raised to 5 size, it will be 10 raised to 5 into 10 raised to 5, which is 10
So
raised to
10 raised to
10.
10.
Yes.
So, and we can see the maximum difference can be 90n because A of I is maximum 100. So if, for example, A of I is 100 and A of K is 1, so maximum difference will be 99. So the difference between index of I and K cannot be more than 99 because if it is more than 99, the difference on RHS will increase. So let's take A as 1 and K as 200, 200 and I equals to 1. So, and if you take J anything between I and K, so I minus J plus J minus K will always be equal to I minus K modulus difference. If it is between 1 and 200. So you can, if J is greater than I, so J minus I, if we use modulus operation, so J minus I plus K minus J. So it will become K minus I. We are taking the condition when j is between I and k. So it will always be k minus I. And k minus I is greater than a of I minus a of k. So we can traverse it till only next 100 index. We can traverse the j till next 100 index. Understood?
Wait. I'll explain how.
हाँ तो ही explain.
So, yeah. So now let's say I have I equals 1. Okay. J equals 200, as you were saying. Now, my RHS, my right hand side is what? Absolute value of I minus j plus absolute value of j minus k. So what is happening is I minus j plus k minus j. Array wait, j is not this is k. My bad. So what is happening is, let's say j is 100. Let's just assume. Okay. 100 is greater than 1. So it will be 100. Basically, 100 is greater. So modulus sign कैसे खुलता है? How does it open up? It will become j minus I. Correct? And same for k, since k is greater than j, it will be k minus j. Yes. And now what is happening is, if you see, these values just cancel out. And my answer becomes k minus I. Now this k minus I is should be equal to a of I minus a of k, right? Absolute value. Yes, no? Yes. And this value, since my maximum AI is 100. Minimum AI is 1. Max it can go is 99. So this also max it can go is 99, right? And for this to happen, k minus I should be less than equal to 99. Now, if you solve inequalities, if you are at a particular I, no, if you're at a particular k, you just have to do 99 minus I. So there are at most 100 I's, right? Basically, to make this satisfying, k maximum minimum I क्या हो सकता है? Minimum I is I minus it is wait k minus 99, right? Because then only if I substitute, this is valid, right? And if I cut k's out, I like 99 equals 99, right? So basically now I can only be k minus 99 terms till that, right? So I have a window of I k, and this window is at most size 99. So now I can do brute force, right, Viraj?
Yes, and
Huh. So now what I can do is, let's say I have an array, okay? This is 1, 2, 1e5. Now for I equals 1, maximum my k can be is what? 100. I just check all the pairs of I comma j in this range, right? I check 1 comma 1, I check 1 comma 2, I check 1 comma 3, and so on. Whatever I get, I add to my answer. But how many numbers are there in this range? It's 100 square, right? Yes, no? Hello.
square नहीं 1e5 into 100, 2e5 into
No,
100
no,
I
in
guess.
this
Not.
range I'm talking.
अच्छा, oh,
In this range, how many pairs of I comma j I can take? I can be 1 to 100, j can be 1 to 100. Basically, wait.
I 1 to 100 नहीं होगा, I1 के लिए 100 ही होगा,
हाँ 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 हाँ.
I2 के लिए भी
Wait,
100 होगा.
wait. So I, let's say I is 1. हाँ हाँ, wait. हाँ. I is 1. So j can be 1 to 100. हाँ हाँ, बराबर. My bad. So if I is 1, j can be 1 to 100. If I is 2, j can be 2 to 101. And this basically slides like there's 100 for every I, right? There are 100 j's, 100 k's basically. So this is k. So that's it. If I calculate for every I, how many i's are there? 10 raised to 5 i's are there, and I multiply it with every j it can match with. There are 100 j's. So what is this? 10 raised to 7, and 10 raised to 7 is less than 10 raised to 8. So this will pass. So Virat, just show them your code.
Okay. Uh,
Huh.
so means we are finding the for every window, we are finding the absolute difference between A of I and A of K, and the
Basically,
index difference also.
he's choosing I and K. He's fixing them together.
Hmm.
Okay.
And index difference also I'm finding. So if difference is less than index difference, nothing can be done. RHS cannot be given only because difference has to be greater than or equal to the index difference as we discussed earlier. So if it is equal to the index difference, so for let's say example uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Index difference is 5 here. If I take 1 and 6, index difference is 5 here. And even the difference is 5 here. So if both are equal, if we take any j between them and even I this, the RHS will always be equal as we discussed the inequality. Because if j is between I and k, it will always be k minus I, including k and I. So we have 1, 2, 3, 6 numbers for which it will 6 J's for which it will approve. Understood?
And that 6 comes from
Means the difference plus one. Means the index difference plus one.
exactly.
Index difference is 5, so plus one. And into 2, because if I reverse I and k, I can get a new pair. Uh, but a of I will get a new pair if I reverse I and k. There is no condition that I has to be less than equal to k. So we multiply by it by twice. And if it is greater than the index difference, so let's say index difference is greater 1, 4, uh, 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay. So if I take 1 and 5 here, the difference is 4 and the index difference is 2. So if it is greater than the index difference, uh, means so I find the difference between the actual difference and the index difference, which is 2 here again, and divided by 2 and add it to j. If it is in the range, I add to because there are two combinations possible for means I my index here is 0 and 2. Uh, 0 is means I is equals to 0, k equals to 2. So there is one possible value of j which is equal to 3. Because 3 minus 0 will give 3 and 3 minus 2 modulus difference will also 2 minus 3 3 minus 2 models difference will give 1, which adds up to 4, which is equal to the indexed which is equal to the difference we found here. And for same we'll find less than equal if that there is an index possible less than I, which is greater than equal to 0. So if possible add a 2 add 2 to the final answer as well. Then
Okay,
it would
I'll
explain it better.
explain it like in terms of like math basically. Viraj is a math god, but ठीक है वो explain नहीं हो रहा उससे, no issues. So let's say I k है, okay. Now I want to make this difference, and let's say I want a j here or a j here. I don't care. Okay. Let's say a j is here. J is greater than k and greater than I. So what will my right hand side become? I minus j. This is my right hand side, right? K minus j. And since j is greater, it will just become j minus I plus j minus k. Correct? So what will this become? 2 into j minus I minus k. Now, if I have, let's say, a value, that is, huh. So let's say I have ai minus aj na, in this left hand side. Ak, sorry. Huh. So this is ai minus ak. Now, whatever the difference is, I know it is greater than this value, right? I minus j. I k minus I, because that is when I go to this condition. So this is greater than k minus I. Let's say it is greater than k minus I. So how do we make it equal? Let's say I add an x here. So this is equal to this, assuming. Okay, let's just find that x we know, na? We get the difference. What Viraj is doing, you have this you have LHS greater than RHS, right? So x is just LHS minus RHS, which is the difference. Okay. So now when I equate it here, this becomes 2J minus I minus K. Now, minus I get cancelled out, and X I know, J I don't know. So 2J becomes what? 2K plus X, and if you divide that by 2, right? J is this. So I just find this J, and that is what he is doing.
Other hmm,
Huh. And the other
I
way
के
is
लिए
I.
J is
Now,
less than I and
huh.
K.
And the same thing, agar J is here, where is it? Huh. If J is here, same thing happens, but instead of K, you get I. Lot of maths, like wait, I'll just write it down. क्या था? हाँ, this equation becomes J less than. So I minus J plus K minus J, and this is equal to this value, right? K minus I plus X. Now K gets cancelled out, and let's say I take these terms together. I get 2I minus X equals 2J, and J equals 2I minus X by 2. So I have these two possible values for J. Now, if they are in my index, like I can, like if this J is here, then I can make a J, right? Then only I can have a J. 0 with. So, bus, I just check. That is what Viraj's code is doing. Just show his code. That's it. Any doubts? I know भाई math है थोड़ा ज़्यादा, lot of
Hmm.
equation, lot of inequalities moving around, but yeah, that is what you have to do in this question. Any doubts?
विराज तूने वो लास्ट कंडीशन में वो इफ का कंडीशन बता दो वो
कौन सा ये
मॉड्यूलस
वाला?
जो हाँ ये
कौन
वाला
सा? ये मतलब if diff means if difference is greater than index difference and let's say ये case 1 4 6 7. So if I take 1 and 6 here and the difference is 5 and the index difference is 2. So there is no way possible for any j. So I can make RHS and LHS equal because j will be a what you say fractional number. Means
Yeah, because see,
pi.
if my 2 into I, no, it is 2 into I here, 2 into K here, plus X.
So x is this difference like 5 minus 2 which is 3.
So this is an
So
even
2 in
number. If this is odd, नहीं चलेगा ना. Basically, like it has to be in the same parity. That's it. Mhm.
okay. और किसी को कोड देखना है तो फिर ज्ञानेश का
You can
देख
just,
सकते हो सी प्लस प्लस समझता है तो सी प्लस प्लस
wait, I'll open up his code window. If you want to see by how are you doing with respect to other DJ people, just in your rank list, filter by institution at DJ Sangvi, and you'll get to see. Huh. So he's also doing till I 200. He's taking the difference. If my RHS is greater than LHS, continue. If it is equal, I take this part, and the other cases uh, huh. So basically, everyone is doing the same math equation, but in a different way. So whatever suits your style, just do that. Try
तो
to solve
एक्सपीरियंस
this
से हो
question.
जाएगा.
If you haven't solved this question, don't look at the code. Like code अभी देख लो कि क्या चल रहा है. But try to get your own equations and try to solve it on your own. Because अभी भी what I'm doing, what Viraj is doing, what Dhyanesh is doing, kind of similar, but equations थोड़े different बन रहे हैं. That is gonna happen. ठीक है भाई. Don't worry. Don't worry. Cool. खुद से करो. It'll help you practice. So in the future contests, if a similar question comes, you will be the one कि भाई yes, I am solving this equality. You will be proud कि भाई हाँ कुछ तो हो रहा है. Do that. Cool. Any doubts here? I am assuming not. So yeah, this is interview clicks. I solved it after the contest, and I overall knew the idea. It was just implementation issue. What happens to all of you happens to all of us also. So everyone is human. मेरा implementation issue हुआ. People who didn't have an implementation issue solved it. So this question is a bit complex. If you haven't read through it, I'll read through it. Basically, you have intervals L to R given. It is guaranteed that that interval is 2 into n in that range, and L to R are distinct. Okay, Li, Lj, Rj. Now, the graph, what is getting constructed is there has to be at least one real number if you want to connect x comma y. Let's say this is thoda complex. Let's say you have Li and Ri, and you have Lj and Rj. Let's just draw this in terms of boxes. Let's say it is this and this is this. So if you draw it in one single number line, let's assume this is 0, 4, 2, 4, and 1, 3. So if you draw a number line here, 1, 2, 3, 4, my I is basically this box. Okay, this is I, and my this box is J. Okay, now if I can make an edge from I to J, like it's an undirected edge, I can only make this edge if there is a number here which is not in I, and if there is a number in I which is not in J. Okay, how will this happen? What are the cases? Let's just look into it, right? Now, in this case, both number, like there's a number here which is not in I, and there's a number in I which is not in J. And if you visually look at it, if there is an intersection between two numbers and there exists blocks separately, then I can make an edge. Intersections I don't care about. I just want to see that there are separate blocks that don't intersect between I and J. Okay. And even if there is no intersection, let's say this is an I and this is a J. This will also make an edge because I take one node from I, it's not in J. I take one node from J, it's not in I. Okay. And the only case where I can't make an edge is basically like this. I is completely within J or vice versa. So abhi, that is the only case where edges can't be made. Now, how many numbers are there? 2e5. At max, there can be let's say there are 2e5 nodes. Let's say there are 5 nodes, okay? Let's say all of them are making an edge. So what is happening? It is making this. Okay. How many nodes are there? There's a formula for this. It is nc2, which is n square minus n by 2. And this is basically n square r है ना term. You can't basically make an edge for every single interval. If you go on making an edge, time limit exceeded because n square 2e5 square once again greater than 1e8. Okay. Now I can't make an edge directly. I can't iterate on all I pairs of I comma j also, right? So what to do? And I'll also explain this part. You find the maximum size of the click. So a click is basically if you have given nodes, a click basically means fully connected graph. Okay, fully connected graph meaning you can go from here to any other points. You can go from here to any other points. You can go from here to any other points. You can go from here to any other points. So this is a click of size 4. Okay. Same goes for 5. Let's say click of size 2 is simply one edge. Okay, so size 2 mostly you'll get only. And let's say you have a graph like this. Okay, let's say here there is this. How many clicks are there in this graph? This entire thing is a click. This entire thing is a click. And all you need to find out is the maximum click, whatever is the maximum size of a click. So I don't care about these nodes. I care about this. Cool. Now coming to the main logic algorithm part. Let's say I have these intervals. Okay, this is let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I don't really care about the clicks and everything currently because now let's say I just find all the disjoint ones that nothing are no that aren't overlapping. Basically, let's say I find this 1, 2, 4, 6 disjoint sets. That is my click itself because once I can make 2, 4, 6 doesn't matter. Once I can make 3 also and 5 also. 2 say, wait, forget about it. Let's just assume all of them are connected. What edges are not connected is my question. 2, 3 is not connected because 3 is completely inside 2. 4, 5 is not an edge because 4 is completely within a 5. Now, since 4, 5 is not an edge, click ka definition is what? All nodes should be connected together. Now, since 4, 5 edge is only not there, I can't have a click with 4 and 5 in the same set, right? Yes or no? Hello.
Okay, Jenil, so basically what you're trying to do is
Huh.
जो कंप्लीट ओवरलैप है उसे हटा दे रहा है राइट उसके बाद
Exactly. I have to just
NC2 से
remove
माइनस
completely
माइनस
overlap.
कर रहा है
Exactly.
NC2 से माइनस कर रहा है ओके ओके ओके
नहीं नहीं NC2 से माइनस नहीं My final answer is
Like
the
total
click,
number,
right?
yeah,
Maximum click. If I
total
just
number of clips.
remove
No,
this
total number
nodes,
of. Okay, okay.
that's the answer. Simple
No,
terms
like
में
total number of clips is NC2 minus which are not getting the clip. That's the answer,
no,
right?
answer is maximum size of a click, not the total number of clicks.
Okay, okay.
Huh. So maximum size is just removing 3 and 5, we will get the maximum size.
Ah, okay, got it, got it, got it.
Huh. So now let's say there are terms here, terms here, terms here. You just have to remove all these numbers. Like you maximum click is this one. How do you do this? It is basically there is a question which came on Crackathon. If you were there, KJ Somaya's hackathon. KJ Somaya's CP competition, team competition. If you want the link, it is hackathon.com. Crackathon 2024. This was round one. Wait, if I get the link, I'll share it on Discord, whatever. But there is a very similar problem. But so what you need to do is, I just need to remove this, right? Like I don't care about these numbers, beach wale, because they won't add to my click. So now let's just sort this li with respect to I now. Okay, starting number L. Okay, there's a reason why I numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is because I sorted with respect to L. Okay, now let's just say this is my click. Okay, since L is my minimum number, so it will be always part in my maximum click because I won't have a bigger number here, right? Yes, no. If there was a bigger number enclosing it, this wouldn't be the minimum. Fair? Hello. Fair,
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
Huh. So
yeah.
now this is always part in my click. Now let's come to 2. Since 2 is here, my end of 2 is after my starting wala term, right? After my first end. That means there is a part over here which doesn't overlap. That means 2 is also there. Cool. Now when I'm going to 3, what is happening is, so my algorithm is basically, when I've taken L, I keep R in my set. Okay. So let's say 1, 2, 3. Let's name numbers so it's better to understand. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Since I'm taking the first number always, so I add this end to my set. So my set में क्या होगा? Set में I'll add 3. Now when I'm taking 2, I'll add 6 here because 6 is my end point. So 6 will also go into my set. Now when I'm considering 4 and 5, 5 is somewhere here, right? If 5 is somewhere here, I can guarantee that there is an overlap. Why am I saying this? Because I know there is a number before 2. I know there's a box starting before 2, before 4, because then only I've encountered 4, right? Fair enough. And to have an overlap completely, 5 also needs to be inside this range. So I just need to do a binary search or upper bound here. If there is a number greater than 5 in my set, so I won't count this. Fair enough. Same goes for fourth number. 7 is there, and you check 10. 10 is not like there's no number greater than 10 in my set, so I add 10 to my set. When I add 10 to my set, I say by yes, this is also my answer. Now 5, same thing. I just query for 9. Is a number greater than 9 in my set? Yes, there is. So, bro, there is an overlap. I won't count this. 6 also, I'll add 12 here. So that's just the algorithm. Very standard. If you see the code, you'll be shocked that, damn, the question which is like fifth question in div 2. If you see in div 4, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seventh question in div 4. If you see the code, you'll be shocked that how small the code is. Huh. So what I'm doing is, firstly, I'm sorting with respect to your x's, your else. Automatically C++ will sort with respect to else. You don't need to add a comparator function. Now I can have a set or a vector, doesn't really matter, because it is gonna be stored in an increasing order. जो भी decreasing order में है वो सब उड़ जा रहा है. Okay, I can also have a stack. That also doesn't matter. So now I just wait. I'll write a bit cleaner code for you guys. So it's better to stack and start comma end. And if st.empty or st.top greater than end, I don't know, less than end, and st.push end. Okay, and I think this should work. Okay. What is the case? Here it's 3. What was I doing here? I'm doing a lower bound. If it is end, yes. Else. Ah, fair. Huh. So what he is doing is, instead of removing, that is actually more better algorithm. This is algorithm will not work in some test cases. I forgot. So now here, let's say I'm at 3. Okay, I already have 3 comma 6 in my set. Now when I'm using this number, okay, you see कि 5 is there. Like if isn't it better if I just remove 6 and I add 5? It's the same thing, right? If I take this or I take this, it's the same thing. But taking 3 is better. Why? Let's take 2 was here, okay, 2 to 9. And there are these intervals here, 3 to 4 and 6 to 8. Taking these two will be beneficial than taking this, right? So that is what you need to do. Instead of this, else has to do pop, has to do push, and this should work. Right? What am I missing? I'm just setting this value. Fair. So actually, set stack से नहीं चलेगा. Stack won't work. There's a reason I used this, but same thing. I'm exhausted. Vectors set. Now auto IT equals upper bound, lower bound. Hash bound, lower bound, and if IT equals hash bound, and hash bound, insert and else star IT equals that. I'm just updating that specific thing. If um, uh, ah, I'm taking too many brackets here. Hash dot size. This is read only. Fair enough. Hash dot zero star IT and that insert. Huh. So the case where I was failing once again, so learn from these like ऐसा mistakes होते रहते हैं. Don't worry. So now what can be the case?
उनका
Where it
क्वेश्चन का
is. हाँ wait
क्लिक
so
वाला.
that is this is click वाला. This is where I was failing. I'm not able to understand the test case. I mean, यही print ही करना. ST वाला submission. हाँ, that. I know this will give me wrong answer, but let's just check what is written. Relevant answer. Okay. Oh, I'm printing more numbers. 1, 5. Wait, the numbers are in range 1 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 1, 5, 3, 4. 1, 2, 5, 3 to 4, 2 to 8. 2 to 8 and 6 to 7. Now what I'm doing is I'm just removing this. No? In my stack solution, I'm removing this complete. Huh. So you start like this. First in my stack it is 5. Then I push 8 here. Then I remove 8 and I make it 4. And my stack solution. But 5 comma 4 is also an issue, right? This is also an issue. and I won't get the max always. So that's why 5.7 is there. That's nice. I just want to try. One, 20, and just to the top, creator and top, and just to the first one, and this should work. Ah, hello, hello, um, yeah, it's just my brain not working. So yeah, this is the solution.
Bro, like I don't think so.
Hmm.
The intervals which are ending na can
Hmm.
determine using a stack.
हाँ वही स्टैक का
Don't
थोड़ा
think
इशू होता
so.
है वही
हाँ, like वो sorted नहीं होगा right? तो like
नहीं but I'm
determine नहीं कर
adding
सकते.
in set sorted order I don't know
नहीं एंडिंग sorted में नहीं रहेगा right? Starting का sorted रहेगा तो ending का नहीं रहेगा right?
हाँ हाँ बराबर
Like you must and should use a set I guess. Yeah, that's all.
yeah either use a vector or a set हाँ बराबर fair enough. Context I gave coffee with Google like seminar in my college for like 4 hours
Mm-hmm.
just spoke came to
And
here and
4 hours.
directly gave CC so थोड़ा brain is dead
Yes, bro. Dedication, bro.
have to do keep
Dedication.
magnets I'll absolve sir Akash what is
Yes,
like
bro.
in general wait I'll end the stream bye bye stream like share subscribe join our discord join whatsapp whatever